Kyoto, Japan, did not feel quiet to Teacher anymore. Even before the morning bell rang, his chest was already tight. He sat on the wooden floor of the dojo, armor untouched beside him, staring at the grain of the planks as if the answer to his exhaustion might be carved into them. A year of training under Yamamoto-sensei had changed everything and revealed how broken he truly was. The first weeks of learning Musashi's method felt like punishment disguised as wisdom. No duels, no competitions, no praise. Instead, Yamamoto ordered Teacher to train alone at dawn, walk alone at dusk, and eat in silence. No spectators, no comparisons, no explanation. On the 7th day, Teacher finally spoke. "Master, I am more tired now than before." Yamamoto nodded. "Of course you are. That makes no sense." "It makes perfect sense. You have stopped numbing yourself with noise." Teacher didn't understand. Before, his exhaustion felt physical, burning muscles, shaking legs. Now it was something else. Without constant sparring and approval, thoughts flooded in. Every doubt he'd buried, every fear he'd outrun, every need to be seen. That night, Yamamoto handed him a brush and paper. "Write the names of everyone you are trying to impress." Teacher hesitated, then wrote. His father, his mother, his dead grandfather, other students, masters he admired, people who had never even spoken to him. The list filled the page. Yamamoto looked at it and smiled faintly. "Now write how much energy each one takes from you." Teacher laughed nervously. "Master, that's not measurable." Yamamoto tapped his chest. "It is felt." Teacher wrote again. By the time he finished, his hand trembled. "Burn it," Yamamoto said. Teacher froze. "But this is who I am." "No," Yamamoto replied. "This is who you are leaking energy for." The paper burned quickly. As the ashes fell, Teacher felt something unfamiliar. Lightness, not happiness, not relief. Space. Yamamoto spoke softly. "Most people believe rest gives energy. Musashi knew rest only recovers what alignment preserves." Teacher frowned. "Then why do I still feel tired?" "Because alignment hurts before it heals. You are removing stones that have been fused to your hands for years." The following months were brutal in a quiet way. Teacher trained half as much but felt twice as drained. His mind rebelled. Without validation, his body resisted movement. Every step felt heavy. One morning, he collapsed again, same place as before. "This method is failing," Teacher said bitterly. Yamamoto crouched beside him. "Tell me what you thought about during training." Teacher swallowed. "Whether I was improving, whether others would surpass me, whether this year is being wasted." Yamamoto nodded. "You trained alone, but you did not walk alone. Your mind dragged the crowd with you." He placed 2 fingers on Tishi's forehead. "Musashi cut opponents with his sword. But first, he cut spectators from his mind." That night, Yamamoto told him a story. Musashi once arrived late to a duel, calm and unbothered. His opponent, already furious, wasted energy before the fight even began. Musashi won without haste. Why was Musashi never tired? Yamamoto asked. Because he was confident? Teacher guessed. No, because he spent zero energy fighting imaginary battles. Teacher lay awake until dawn. He realized most of his exhaustion came from fights that never happened, arguments in his head, comparisons with invisible rivals, futures he tried to control. The next day, Yamamoto gave him a single rule. For the next 30 days, you will only do what is directly in front of you. No past, no future, no audience. If a thought appears, bow to it, let it pass. Do not follow it. The first week was agony. The second week was quieter. By the third week, something strange happened. Teacher woke up, not tired, not energized either, just steady. His movements became simpler, his breath deeper, his appetite returned. For the first time in his life, effort did not feel like self-violence. One evening, Yamamoto watched him train and said nothing. That silence felt better than praise ever had. Teacher finally understood the first truth of Musashi's energy method. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer leaks. If this resonates with you so far, comment alignment below. Let's see who's walking this path with you. By the fourth month, Teacher noticed something unsettling. Other students were improving faster. Their strikes looked sharper, their footwork more aggressive, their victories louder. And for the first time, he didn't panic. Before, this would have crushed him. Comparison had always been his fuel and his poison. Now it barely registered. One afternoon, a student named Hiro confronted him. "You're wasting your talent," Hiro said. "You train less. You don't compete. Have you given up?" Teacher paused before answering. "I stopped chasing," Hiro scoffed. "That's what weak men say." That night, Teacher told Yamamoto what happened. Yamamoto laughed. "Good. The path always scares those still running in circles." "But what if he's right?" Teacher asked. "What if I fall behind?" Yamamoto placed a wooden bowl between them, filled with water. "Watch." He stirred the water violently. It spilled everywhere. "Now wait." They sat in silence. Slowly, the water stilled. "Which state reflects the moon?" Yamamoto asked. "The still one," Teacher said. Musashi chose stillness in a noisy world. That is why his energy never scattered. Teacher thought of modern exhaustion. People always rushing, proving, scrolling, chasing. Always tired, never fulfilled. The next lesson was harder. Yamamoto forbade Teacher from setting goals. No rank goals. No future mastery. No imagined outcomes. "Without goals, how do I progress?" Teacher asked. "Progress happens naturally when resistance is gone," Yamamoto replied. "Goals often create resistance." Weeks passed. Teacher trained with presence instead of pressure. He focused on form, breath, balance. One morning, Yamamoto suddenly ordered a duel. No warning, no audience. Tishi's opponent was Hiro. The fight was short. Teacher won. Not with speed, not with aggression, with timing. Afterward, Hiro stared at him, confused. "You weren't trying to win," Teacher bowed. "I was trying to be here." That night, Yamamoto spoke again of Musashi. He fought as if already complete. No hunger for victory, no fear of loss. Energy flows freely when nothing is at stake. Teacher realized most people feel tired because everything feels like a test. Their worth, their future, their identity. Musashi removed worth from outcomes. So did Teacher. The second truth became clear. Fatigue comes from attachment, not action. If this hit you, comment "No leaks" below. I want to hear from you. Winter arrived early. Cold air sharpened the mornings. Breath turned visible. The dojo felt emptier. Teacher felt something new, clarity. But clarity revealed another problem. He was calm, yet something was missing. "I feel balanced," he told Yamamoto. "But not powerful." Yamamoto nodded. Alignment without purpose becomes stagnation. He handed Teacher a single sentence written on parchment. "What you do must serve something beyond you, but never demand approval." "For the next season," Yamamoto said, "you will serve." Teacher repaired the dojo, helped younger students, carried water, cleaned floors. No recognition, no gratitude expected. At first, it felt pointless. Then something shifted. Energy returned, not as excitement, but as quiet strength. Tisha noticed he could train longer without strain. Think clearer. Sleep deeper. Service gave direction to his alignment. Yamamoto explained, Musashi painted, wrote, taught, not to be praised, but to express clarity. Expression replenishes energy when ego is absent. Tisha understood the third truth. Energy grows when aligned action serves meaning, not ego. Modern people burn out because their effort feeds identity, not purpose. Yamamoto did not announce the ending. One morning after training, he simply said, "You will leave today." No ceremony followed. No final test. No words of encouragement. Tisha felt a quiet tightening in his chest. Not fear, not sadness, but recognition. This was the moment he had been walking toward without realizing it. "Have I completed the training?" Tisha asked. Yamamoto looked at him for a long time. Training never completes. Dependence does. They stood facing each other in the empty dojo. The walls that once echoed with effort now felt neutral. Neither home nor prison. Tisha bowed deeply. As he stepped onto the road leading away from the dojo, the familiar urge returned. The need to know what came next. Where would he go? What would he become? How would others see him? The questions appeared and passed. He continued walking. For the first time, the road did not feel like a test. Each step was simply a step. The air was cold, clean, his breath steady. No one was watching. Days passed. Tisha slept where night found him. He trained when his body asked. He rested without guilt. When hunger came, he ate. When fatigue arrived, he stopped. There was no internal argument. He noticed something subtle. Effort no longer demanded payment. He could move for hours without strain because he wasn't resisting the movement with expectation. One evening, while resting beside a river, Tisha remembered something Yamamoto once said. "You don't lose energy from walking far. You lose energy from walking while wishing you were already there." Tisha understood it fully now. Most exhaustion comes from being in two places at once. Here in body, elsewhere in mind. Musashi never split himself that way. Wherever he stood, he arrived completely. As Tisha continued his journey, challenges appeared naturally. Storms, cold nights, difficult terrain. Yet none of it drained him the way the dojo once had. Because nothing was personal. He wasn't proving resilience. He wasn't earning strength. He was simply responding to what was in front of him. And that changed everything. He realized then the fourth truth of Musashi's energy method. Energy returns when resistance ends. Not resistance to hardship, but resistance to reality. When life was no longer something to conquer or escape, it stopped demanding so much. Weeks later, Tisha passed through a village. He helped repair a broken roof without being asked. He shared a meal without explanation. He left before dawn without farewell. There was no story to tell about himself. Only movement, only presence, only alignment. As he walked away, Tisha felt something rare and durable settle inside him. Not motivation, not ambition, stability. He finally understood why Musashi never burned out. Musashi did not carry the future on his back. He carried only the moment, and the moment was always light enough to hold. Years passed. Tisha no longer wore the restless hunger of a student searching for approval. His movements were calm, his voice steady. People began seeking him out, not because he demanded attention, but because his presence felt grounding. They didn't ask about sword technique. They asked about exhaustion. "I sleep enough, but I'm tired. I love what I do, but I feel drained. I'm successful, but empty. I rest, yet the tiredness never leaves." Tisha had heard these words before, inside himself. He never answered immediately. Instead, he would observe how they stood, how they breathed, how their shoulders carried invisible weight. Then he would speak not as a master, but as an advisor. "You are not tired," he would say. "You are misaligned." Most people frowned at that, so he explained, "Your body is not the problem. Your schedule is not the problem. Even your discipline is not the problem. The problem is that your energy is bleeding through invisible cracks." He would take a cup of water and pour it slowly. "Imagine your energy is this water. You rest to refill it. You sleep, you take breaks, you escape. But your cup has cracks, comparison, obligation, fear, identity pressure. So no matter how much you pour in, it never stays full." People nodded. They felt seen. Teacher continued, "Musashi understood this centuries ago. Energy is not created by rest. It is preserved by alignment." He broke alignment down into clear principles, practical, modern, unavoidable. First, stop confusing effort with self-worth. "This is the biggest leak," Teacher said. "Most people don't just work. They prove themselves through work. Every task becomes a performance. Every mistake becomes a threat to identity." He explained that when effort is tied to worth, the nervous system never rests. Even during sleep, the mind rehearses, judges, compares. That's why you wake up tired. Your body slept. Your identity didn't. The solution was not laziness. It was separation. Work because the work is necessary. Improve because improvement is natural. But stop asking effort to tell you who you are. Musashi fought duels to understand reality, not to feel valuable. Teacher advised people to ask one question before any task. "If nobody ever noticed this, would I still do it?" If the answer was no, energy would leak. Second, remove imaginary audiences. Teacher noticed how people exhausted themselves reacting to people who weren't present. Social judgment, family expectations, past criticism, future validation. "You are tired because you are never alone," he said. "Your mind is crowded." Musashi trained alone even in public. He carried silence internally. Teacher taught a simple practice. Do what is in front of you, nothing more. No commentary, no explanation. When thoughts appeared, don't fight them. Fighting thoughts costs energy. Letting them pass costs nothing. People were shocked at how much strength returned once mental noise quieted. Third, stop living in deferred life. This was the most painful truth. Most people aren't tired because life is hard, Teacher said. They're tired because life is postponed. They told themselves, "I'll rest when I succeed. I'll enjoy later. I'll be myself once I prove something." This created constant tension. Musashi lived fully even while training relentlessly. He didn't delay peace. Teacher advised, bring completion into the present. Eat fully. Walk fully. Speak honestly. Stop treating now as a rehearsal. Energy returns when life stops feeling like a waiting room. Fourth, align action with meaning, not ego. Teacher explained the difference clearly. Ego asks, what does this say about me? Meaning asks, who does this serve? Ego-driven effort drains. Meaning-driven effort sustains. Service without performance replenishes energy, Teacher said. That's why people feel alive helping others, but drained trying to impress them. He warned against a common mistake. Do not replace ego with martyrdom. Serving to be needed is still ego. True alignment feels quiet, not heroic. Musashi painted and wrote without audience. Expression was release, not display. Fifth, accept solitude without turning it into isolation. Teacher noticed many people feared being alone with themselves. They filled silence with noise, rest with distraction, stillness with stimulation. "This is why rest doesn't restore you," he explained. "You never actually arrive inside yourself." Musashi practiced solitude not as escape, but as calibration. Teacher recommended daily intentional solitude, not scrolling, not planning, just being. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is stored exhaustion surfacing. If endured, it dissolves. Sixth, stop fighting your natural rhythm. Teacher spoke like a professional advisor here. Clear, grounded. Some people are steady. Some are intense. Some need silence. Some need motion. Burnout often comes from copying rhythms that aren't yours. Musashi followed his own cadence, not society's tempo. Teacher advised people to observe when they felt naturally energized and protect that rhythm fiercely. Alignment means cooperation with nature, not domination of it. Finally, Teacher summarized Musashi's energy method in one sentence: "Do less that isn't yours, and everything becomes lighter." People asked him for productivity systems, for schedules, for hacks. He declined gently. Hacks refill the cup. Alignment seals the cracks. Those who practiced this didn't become lazy. They became precise, focused, enduring, calm under pressure. They still worked hard, but without friction. Before leaving, Teacher always gave one final instruction. For the next 7 days, do this. Remove one activity done purely for approval. Remove one comparison habit. Remove one unnecessary explanation. And add nothing. Energy will return on its own. If you felt constantly tired despite doing everything right, comment aligned energy below. And if you know someone who's burned out for no clear reason, share this with them.